Alrighty, guys, it's time to wrap it up for today. It is Monday, August 25th. And it looks like we run out of gas here at the London close. The gas went sideways for a bit since then we just kind of drifted back down again. And let's see what happens here going into the afternoon if we get some weakness or not. But as I said, last half hour, if they start taking out the lows here, I will probably be on the short side of this. At this point, I'm not going to count on that. This could be like a little bit of selling going on there, but I'm going to expect more of a range bound close. So still looking to buy against the support at 60 and maybe 55, but not at all as aggressively at this point. It could be like a nice little probe to the downside late in the session, I guess, but I'm just going to expect it to stay range bound. And if it doesn't, then we'll take it from there. So that is the ES. No trades on the ES for me today. I did take one trade on the Nasdaq. I'll show you that in a bit. But news for tomorrow before we get going at 8:30 we get durable goods. We have a Fed speaker at 9. We get housing data and consumer confidence at 10. Richmond Fed manufacturing at 10 as well. So that's what you got on tap for tomorrow morning. So 8:30, 9, and 10. Now looking at the Nasdaq and the bonds. So bond market not going anywhere. So nothing to say about that guy. As range bound bond market. Nasdaq also a nice little move to the upside, holding on to the gains, but they've been drifting lower all freaking day. So I'm just waiting for them to either take out the lows here and maybe see a bit of a selling going into the close, or just kind of end up with a range bound close. So unless they take out the session lows here at the 470s, we're going to start range bound going into the overnight. But I mean, it hasn't been a lot. I've been trying to figure out if I want to get short on this and slop down, but it's been a knockdown drag outside. Move and retrace and move and retrace. It's like you had to be super patient with this. So I haven't done anything, but I did take a trade earlier on. That was that first retest failure earlier on here, the first attempt. I got in, repaired it, got out when I could, and then I just keep trading higher from there. So correct call to get out when they didn't work out the way I thought. So that is the Nasdaq starting off range bound on that guy as well, same as the ES. The only big caveat is like I'm going to see some late in the session knockdown or not, but at this point I'm not counting on it. But it could happen. Then finally, oil and gold. Gold just range bound, holding above that 34.10. So starting off range bound with a slight bias to the upside on gold. We're going to buy against that 34.6, 5 to 6 level for rotations back up. That's that one. And oil, I would start off on the long side as well. Looks to me like they're definitely moving higher. So they're retracing right now, but at this point, I would look to buy against support 64.30, 64. 90 or 63.90s for rotations back up. The trade below that 63.90s, we are back range bound again. So that's oil starting off on the long side on that guy. It's going to be an edge right here at the 64.50s again for tomorrow. That's going to buy against that edge potentially. But we'll see where they end up closing first. All right, so that's oil by long side of the market. Gold, slight bias to the upside. No trades on oil and gold for me today. Just one trade on the Nasdaq for 12.50, and that was it. Since then, it kind of died off, and it's slop. It's just difficult because at this point you have to really make up your mind. It's trading lower, try to get short on the pullback here, trying to buy against the retracements like this. Also worked, but it didn't go very far. So unless you had great trade location, it would just be a knockdown. And you can easily get on the wrong side of it. So pretty tight range for today's trading. All right, guys, we leave it there. And I'll see you again. See you back bright and early in the morning. You guys have a good evening. Later.